and welcome to the Geelong Cricket Show on this brilliant sunny Saturday morning. It's going to be hot out in the field for the blokes out there in their flannel fools today. But joining me at the table of knowledge this morning, yes, he writes it, he talks it, he plays it. It's in his blood. It's Mr. Tim Michell from the Bellarine Peninsulia Cricket Association. How are you, Tim?
Yeah, very good, Rawlo. Very happy to be here again. Good morning and welcome to all the viewers out there. And very happy to be sitting next to the man that has joined us for the this morning, Gareth Yelland. And I'll let you introduce him, Graham, because he's certainly doing fantastic things in the world of GCA at the moment.
Yes, a young man that I've known proudly for many years, and a Grovedale Tiger, and he wears the jersey of the black and yellow type of the Grovedale Tigers. Yes, they're all-rounder Gareth Yelland. Welcome, Gareth. How are you, mate?
Good, Rawlo. How are you, mate?
I'm looking forward to today already.
Absolutely. Can't wait to get out there.
Can't wait to get out there. Well, I tell you who can't wait to get out there. At 11 o'clock this morning down at the Geelong Cricket Ground, the Geelong Premier Club take on North Melbourne yet again in day 2. And they are already on a first innings lead after what was an absolutely brilliant day of cricket last week. Another unbelievable day of cricket as we're seeing footage from down at the Geelong Cricket Ground. Geelong dismissed North Melbourne all out for 163 and they declared at 7 for 187. Liam Buchanan made 143 from 112 balls, including 26 fours and 2 sixes. That's right, 116 runs. That's 81% of his runs came in boundaries. His wicket fell at the total at 5 for 171. He'd made 143, 83.6% of the runs scored by the Geelong side. The next best scorer in the team, Matthew Harrison with 12. So congratulations again to Liam Buchanan. He's made 378 runs in his last 2 innings of 341 balls, including 57 fours and 8 sixes. Tim Michell, he's in great form.
He certainly is in impeccable form, Graham. And I think I said it last week, the fact that not only is he in fantastic form for himself, but he's in fantastic form for the side as well. And it's setting Geelong on the way to victory. Obviously, they've already secured first innings points in the game we're taking a look at here against North Melbourne. And I know you were saying you were down in the rooms listening to Damien Shanahan after they did bowl North Melbourne out fairly cheaply for about 160 last weekend, and he said he didn't want to set their sights on the outright victory, that he wanted the first innings points first. They've got those, the Cats, so I think they'll go out there with the mindset that they'll want that outright win, and it wouldn't surprise me with the form that Liam Buchanan is in if he was the one that spearheaded that outright win there today at Geelong.
And the young man we're watching bowling at the present time, the leg spinner Jeremy Hart, he picked up 5 wickets in the previous game, and I think he holds the key to today's outcome as far as outright points for Geelong concerned. Gareth, you were down at Geelong for a couple of seasons. Great to see the old Premier Club doing well in this match.
Yeah, look, it really is. I got to play with Jeremy when we were playing thirds as he was coming through, and it's great to see him doing well.
Yes, well, he's certainly gripping the ball well and bowling very well, and it'll be another successful day down there today when North Melbourne resume at 2 for 40 in their second innings, still trailing, or still they'll be leading. They'll be 203 runs against Geelong's 187, so 17 runs in front. Looks like it could be an outright win to Geelong. Turning our attention to the world of Bellarine Peninsulia Cricket Association. In the A grade, Colindina remain unbeaten at the top of the table. No team unbeaten in B grade. Drysdale and Colindina remain unbeaten after 5 rounds in C grade, and Drysdale and Queenscliff remain unbeaten after 6 rounds. Tim, Colindina setting the pace, and this particular weekend they come up against Ocean Grove in round 5, November 21 and 28.
They certainly are at the moment setting the pace. Colindina playing fantastically. They'll be without Luke Weitenheimer for this weekend's game though, which is a blow. He's already got 20 wickets in the first 4 games of the season. That's amazingly a 5-wicket haul in every game that he's averaging. Graham got the 6 last weekend in their big victory over Barrable. Barrable were none for 70 in that game and bowled all out for 110. So it shows a resilience in that Colindina lineup as well. Weitenheimer and Jamie Brennan bowled all day. They'll welcome back Michael Fabris, which is a very welcome addition to that Colindina lineup. Hopefully he can bowl himself into some form, and the Ocean Grove batsmen were certainly out of form. So it's a good chance for Michael Fabris to get some wickets, and I can't see, obviously, over the next 2 weekends, Ocean Grove getting the points in that one.
The match of the round in A grade of the BPCA will certainly be between the pouncing Kangaroos, Anglesea in second place on the ladder, as they come up against the Drysdale Hawks in third place. This will be a real battle down at Anglesea.
It certainly will be, and they're the real surprise packets at the moment. Anglesea playing fantastically. Their batsmen are on top. Brett Venables, a guy that I've played a bit of cricket against, leading the run scoring in the competition at the moment after getting 116 last weekend against Ocean Grove. So I'm really happy to see Brett, obviously a guy that, as I say, I know pretty well in the runs, but more importantly for Anglesey, they are getting the victories and their bowlers are doing fantastically as well. Marcus Nolan finishing with 4 for 21 last week. So Anglesey is a side that has surprised, but then Drysdale, there's a lot of quality in that lineup. We saw Craig Brady come in on debut and get 100 last game, and it's very difficult to tip against the Hawks with such a formidable batting lineup that they do have in there with Shane Cutter-Jar and a few other stars that have come over from rival clubs this season.
And that little bit of footage just shows you Cam Alford's great form last Saturday. He rattled the stumps and really bothered the North Melbourne players in Premier Cricket. Moving on in Bellarine, 5th playing 6th, Bowen Heads and Port Arlington. Port Arlington tied with Jan Jack last week. Bowen Heads on the winning list. Can they contain that?
I think they should be able to continue that form, Bowen Heads. Jason Mallett continues his fantastic start to the season. Got 80 last weekend as they chased down Queenscliff's total of 160. So that was a really important win in the context of the season for the reigning premiers. Had to get that victory, and I think they will continue that form on. For Port Arlington to get out of jail, though, last weekend after only making 104, that's got to buoy them as well. So two sides that got victories last weekend. It's going to be another crucial clash, Graham. But I do think Bowen Heads will get the points over the next couple of weekends in that one.
And at the lower end of the ladder, Queenscliff in 9th place take on Wellington in 7th place. The Cooters desperate for a win.
They certainly are, and there's no more important game really in terms of round 5 action on the Bellarine than this one for Queenscliff, a side that was tipped to improve on their 5th place finish last season, and certainly with the talent in that side, there's no real excuses and no reason why they shouldn't be improving, but they really have started the season very stagnantly down on the Bellarine. Wellington are a side that have improved a lot, and I spoke to Tim Clark, the Queenscliff coach, a little bit earlier in the week. He said if any of their boys are willing to take Wellington lightly, they might as well not turn up because Wellington will knock them off, and I'm of that opinion as well. I think with the form that Queenscliff have displayed, there's no reason why they will beat Wellington, and I'm going to go for the Wallabies in that one away from home.
And finally, it is the battle for the wooden spoon. Barrable in 10th place with 1 win against their name against Newcombe in 11th place yet to score. Can Newcombe break through the barrier?
I'm going to say yes, just because I spoke to Matthew Price a little bit earlier in the week, and he was buoyed by some of the form that he's seen so far from a few of the young guys, Matthew Price and Josh Niemke, 2 of their young bowlers that are going fantastically. Barrable were very disappointing last weekend, and they've displayed sporadically some of the form that saw myself tip them at the start of the season to finish within the top 6, but at the moment they're not playing the sort of cricket that a final side would display, and I think it's a good chance for Newcombe to gain their first victory, and I do think they'll do that, and we'll see Newcombe, the only winless side in the competition at the moment, claim that first win, and every side would have had a win after round 5 down in the Bellarine.
In the BPCA, it's the match of the day between Anglesey and Drysdale, and day 2 of the big game in the Premier Cricket. Geelong taking on North Melbourne. Can Geelong get outright points? We'll take a break and be back with more after this.
We are Geelong, the greatest team of all. We are Geelong.